Let's do another song, and I wanted to ask you about something else, and it may change depending on which song is next. But
Oh, okay. Well, we were thinking of doing That's My Only Regret next.
okay, off the new one, Ramblin' Soul.
Yep.
Melissa Carper here in Studio B on WNCW.
That's my only regret, that I was made when we parted, and I never said sorry. That's my only regret. That's my only regret, that I became a jealous wreck, and I pushed you away in the end. That's my only regret. It didn't have to end like this. I could have played it cool, I guess. I could have stole another kiss. That's my only regret. And now I never can seem to forget the way it felt when our two hearts met. That's my only regret. Oh, I never could believe all the love you gave to me. I thought surely you would leave. That's my only regret, that I couldn't receive love yet, and I never believed it could last. That's my only regret. That's my only regret. And I was mean when we parted, and I never said sorry. That's my only regret. Now it's too late to say sorry. That's my only regret.
Melissa Carper here in Studio B, music from the new Ramblin' Soul album on WNCW. You and I were talking about the title song and the video that goes with it off the air, and I had to leave because I had to go back to the air studio. But really enjoyable video. Tell folks the story about that.
Yeah, well, we a lot of that Ramblin' Soul video we made on our farm that we live on. It's not our farm. We rent a tiny house near Austin. It's Bastrop, Texas is the closest town, and me and Rebecca live out there. And so we filmed a lot of that just driving around the farm and on the roads out there. Brian Schwartz, my friend, is the videographer. And I think you were saying you enjoyed the hubcap that starts to come in towards the end of the video. And when we were recording that song, when Chris Scruggs was putting that outro, that steel outro on there, Dennis Crouch said, "That sounds like a hubcap rolling down the road." So I remember he said that, and I was like, we got to get some shots of a hubcap rolling around. So.
Yeah, just spinning around there along with the steel guitar.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's great. I shared that today, if anybody that follows me, but anybody can easily find that video. I mean, I had no trouble. And when I saw that it was the title song, I said, I'm going to watch that one first. I don't watch a whole ton of videos, but I don't know why I don't, because I usually enjoy them when I do look in. There was something else I was going to ask you about, and I'm sort of gotten myself scattered. I'll admit, Melissa, I'm a little starstruck today. A man of my age, that's just silly.
Well, I'll admit I'm nervous right now, too.
You're nervous?
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Well, I noticed on both of these solo albums that we've been talking about, the new one, and Daddy's Country Gold, you are primarily the writer on all of that stuff. And what it seems to me is your writing comes out of real life. You write from things that you know, things that have happened to you, etc. And can you explain? I mean, is it something that just pops out?
Yeah, I'd say for the most part, I do write pretty autobiographically. I'd say in the last, 5 years or so, I do that less. I'm able to just kind of take an idea and run with it. Luckily, early in my early life, I experienced a lot of heartbreak, so I have a lot of experiences to draw from for my love songs. Yeah, I don't know. Usually, I'll just get a little song idea. I'll usually get the first lyric first, and then melody sort of falls around it, and just kind of go from there. So.
Right. The love songs are terrific, but what cemented it for me is the van songs.
Oh, thank you.
The van, and from what I was reading about you, the 1980 Dodge van, that's a truism, isn't it? I mean, that's a real thing?
Yeah, that song is completely autobiographical. It's about my being given the van from my family when I was a teenager, and before that, the family drove it around, and it was our country. We took the country band around in that van, and also all our family vacations and everything. So I had a lot of memories, and then I was given the van, and then I started traveling all over the country and living out of the van. So.
Yeah, and it was a 1980 Dodge Maxi van.
That's right.
It was a monster, wasn't it?
It was a big one. Yep.
Yeah, but sadly it died, right?
Well, that one, I did sell that. I couldn't get the carburetor working, but I sold it to some people in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and they had a band. They wanted to move the whole band to New York City, and they wanted that van. And they got it running again. They at least got it up to New York City, and they said it got them around the city. So it still had another life after me.
Wow. And over 300,000 miles, according to the song.
I probably put at least 100,000 on there myself, so who knows how many it had once they got a hold of it. I think because it kept turning, it didn't have the... I think it kept turning around, and you didn't know how many miles were on there anymore.
Yeah, that old, it didn't have the hundreds on the odometer, right? Yeah. The other, though, is the old Chevy van, I think. Isn't that the song on Daddy's Country Gold? True also?
Yes, yeah. So that was the second van that I got from my family. It was a 91 Chevy van, and I moved to Austin, Texas in that, and then I sold it a couple years after I moved to Austin.
So Ramblin' Soul it's autobiographical too, isn't it? I mean, reading your story, you have done a lot of moving around, even and busking and building your music and your career, right?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've lived in a lot of different places and can't seem to stay put. Keep moving around. We were in just in the last 10 years, we've lived in Arkansas and Nashville, and then back to Texas. And I feel like maybe I'm ready to find a home somewhere soon.
Wow. Well,
I'm getting tired.
This album was recorded in Nashville, right?
Yes, I went back to Nashville to record Ramblin' Soul also. Mm-hmm.
Same producers and
same studio, same producers. Andrea Tokic and Dennis Crouch produced it, and we made it in the bomb shelter, which is Andrea's studio.
Yeah, it's good to hang with what works, right?
That's right. They did so good on the Daddy's Country Gold. Just wanted to get that same sound. So.
All right.